Hello everybody, TNC1997 here. Welcome back to a new series. In this new series I'm going to be having a play around with Feed the Beast. Feed the Beast Unleashed version 1.1.7, and I'm going to be taking you through a few tutorials how to start up, because I know for a fact I have been playing it recently and I have found it quite hard starting up. It's a lot to learn because there's a lot of different mod packs in it. So I'm going to aim to this episode just build a basic house, and aim to go through iron furnaces, extractor, macerator, and hopefully a generator this episode. And do keep an eye out, there will be more tutorials to come. And well, yeah, basically I'm going to try and take you through step by step what the sort of things to do start off with for anyone who hasn't played Feed the Beast and is looking to play it, looking for a few tutorials. Hopefully I can help you out. So I've got some wood, and basically I'm just going to build a quick house, just super quick, nice and big to be able to encompass all of the machinery I'm proposing to put inside it. So yeah, as I say, this is a new series, and I'm hoping potentially to do a Feed the Beast survival as well, all being well, so do have a look out for that one. And all being well, I should be doing that with OK Man Let Me In, who you will have known from my Annihilation Let's Plays. I've been doing those with him, and those have been going down quite well. I do enjoy a good match of Annihilation. There we go. So, yeah, as I say, this episode I'm going to, build a new house in this world, and then hopefully go through the basic setting up an iron furnace, which is your basic sort of furnace above just a normal sort of stone furnace, if you like. It's a lot more efficient. However, all the machines I'm setting up will require power, so I'm going to be looking at setting up a generator this episode, and then eventually we will move on to alternative sources of power, things such as solar panels, wind turbines, that sort of thing. The only thing I will say about those, just a heads up, is that if you are setting up wind turbines, then you are going to want to be on a high place, ideally on top of a mountain or that sort of thing, otherwise they won't work particularly well. So most likely down here in the setting we've got, I'll probably be setting up solar panels and that sort of thing. Right, so there we go, got a basic house there. And right, so that is so we've got a new home now set up, and basically I'm now going to take you through an iron furnace. So if you go into your inventory, I'm on creative mode at the moment, but you'll most likely be on survival mode. So this is the screen you'll have, not enough items, NEI. You may well be familiar with that. If you're not, you can scroll through the pages using up at the top there, and you can configure the options. I've got highlight tips shown. Basically all that does is whenever I look at block, it just tells you what it is. So it's quite handy, especially if you're mining, you don't know what ores are, that sort of thing. So especially useful there if you are starting out. So first thing I'm going to take you through is an iron furnace. So you will have this search bar if you are in survival, and so there we go, hold R over that for the recipe. Basically the iron furnace, you're going to want 8 ingots in a chest pattern to make the furnace, or if you've currently got stone furnace where you've been smelting, then if you just have 2, 4, 5 iron ingots, make that pattern on that bottom one, that will also make an iron furnace. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to craft it both ways. I'm going to grab myself some normal furnaces and some iron. So if I just go to here, just grab myself a furnace, and also I'll grab myself some iron ingots. Grab a whole stack. Right, so what we're going to want to do, as always, is I will pop a crafting table down, just to there. And so what you're going to want to do, the first way of doing it is just by having 8 around the outside, and that's your iron furnace. Or if you've already got a normal furnace, then just have a form pattern like that, and then that will also get you an iron furnace. So what I'll do, I'll set mine up 2 iron furnaces just there. And as I say, that's the iron furnace. The inventory of it looks much like a default furnace, however it is a lot more efficient, so it means you'll get a lot more smelting done, but obviously it does cost more resources than just a normal stone furnace. So the next thing I'm going to take you through is an extractor. And if we just pop that in to down here. So this is the one here, the extractor there. Now as you see, you're going to want a lot more advanced sort of things than what you did for the iron furnace. You're going to want a machine block, you're going to want 4 tree taps and an electronic circuit. So what we're going to focus on first is getting the tree taps. These are the easiest to make probably out of those. All you're going to do is want 5 wood and put them in a tap-like pattern. So what we'll do for that one, you can have any type of wood. I'd use oak wood in this example. And all you're going to want to do is drag a pattern like that, and we're going to want 4. You will need more of these, so if you want to make more than 4, go ahead, but I'll use 4 for this example. So that's the 4 tree taps. And now what we're going to want to do is make the machine block. Now for this one, we're going to need to have refined iron. Now to get refined iron, you can use basic plating, but the easiest way to do it is quite simply to smelt an iron ingot, and that will then get you refined iron. So what you're going to want to do is smelt the iron ore. That then gets you iron ingots. These ones here. Then smelt these iron ingots again, and that will then get you refined iron. So what I will do, I'll just give you a demonstration. If I grab some iron ingots back in there, and what I'll do for now, I will use coal to power these iron furnaces, but I will take you through how to build a generator, and those will be able to provide you with power to run all your different machinery. So what I will do, I will grab some coal, just search for that a bit easier. Right, there we go. If I grab some coal like so, then I'll split it amongst those two, and then you'll be able to get the refined iron, which in turn will make a machine block. Now while that is smelting away in those iron furnaces, what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft another tree tap, and I'll show you why, because we're going to want to go outside and get some rubber from rubber trees. So when we come on to make extractors and macerators, so what we do, we go ahead and make another wooden tree tap, as you can see like that, and we go outside down over here, and these are what rubber trees will look like. On default, if you do have fast graphics on, so you can't see through the normal leaves, you will still be able to see through the rubber leaves. That's an easy way to tell them apart. And also, as you can see, they've got little holes on them, orange holes like that, and that's where you can get the rubber from. So all you do with your tree tap in your hand, just right click, and then off pops some sticky resin. And what we're going to do, we're going to go around all these trees and gather the sticky resin off of them. Now sticky resin does come in very handy, so if you do collect saplings, I would recommend starting to grow a tree farm of rubber trees, because you will find that the sticky resin and the rubber will come in extremely handy later on. So what we'll do now, we'll just run back over it. Now I've collected sticky resin. So as I say, if they are out in the wild, then you can chop them down, collect the saplings, and then just place the saplings down as you would any other tree to be able to grow them. So that's the sticky resin. If we just pop all of that to one side, and now we should have, here you go, we've got the refined iron now there. So what we're going to do now is you just make a chest pattern, just like you did with the iron. You do it with refined iron, and you make a machine block, as you can see down there. Which takes us on to the last thing you're going to need to make the extractor, is the electronic circuit. Now for these, what you're going to want to do is to make copper cables. You can use forced ingots if you want, but easier to use refined iron. So you're going to want some copper cables, a redstone and refined iron. To make the copper cables, what you're going to want 3 copper ingots, and then just 6 rubber along the top and along the bottom, encasing it, and that will give you your copper cable. If you do just have 3 copper ingots, then you can still make it that way, and that will give you an insulated copper cable, and then just use that again with 1 rubber to give you the copper cable, or insulated copper cable, depending on what you want to call it. So what I will do, because I haven't got any copper I haven't been out to mine copper, you will need to do so if you are obviously in survival. I'll just search in here and grab some copper. There are different types of copper, you can use either one. They are, generally speaking, compatible. I haven't come up with any issues so far, so I'll just grab that one there. And then what you're going to want as well is rubber. So if I grab a stack of that, and then go to the crafting table, and just pop the copper on like that. As you can see, you make an insulated copper cable, but then if you surround it with rubber, just pop two like that, you then get normal copper cable. As you see, we've made an insulated copper cable. To show you how it does work, just go like that, and then you make the normal copper cable. That's turn back to daytime. So we'll leave the rest of that smelting in there, and we will go back on the recipe for an electronic circuit. So what you're going to want now that you've got the copper cables, you're going to want one more refined iron and 2 redstone. So we've got the refined iron, and what I'm going to do now is grab in some redstone. So you pop the 2 redstone to the left and the right in the middle, surround it by cables on the top and the bottom, and then stick one refined iron in the middle, and you've got your electronic circuit. If you want to make more than one, it is going to be very useful. They do come in very handy. You will need lots of electronic circuits when you do come to crafting. So now that we've got the electronic circuit, the tree taps and the machine blocks now. So what we're going to do, pop them all into a crafting table together. The annoying thing is tree taps don't stack. They do need to be stacked separately, just one at a time, which can also take up a lot of space if you do have lots of them. And there you go, in that pattern like that, you've got an extractor. So what we'll do, we will pop the extractor down there like so. And this is what the extractor looks like. You've got sticky resin, which goes in the top, and then you can power it in the bottom. I'll just pop my wood in there, but you can use wood, so don't go using wood. The best way to power these is using a generator, or of course you can use environmentally friendly power, things like solar panels and that sort of thing, in order to power them. So as I say, we've made the extractor now, and I'm going to move on swiftly on now to the macerator. So I will just have a look at that one. Oh. There we go. So this is the macerator, and again, as you can see, electronic circuits, they're going to come in very handy. You're going to need 1 electronic circuit, 1 machine block, 2 cobble, and 3 flint. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and make another electronic circuit, 6 copper cables, 2 redstone, and 1 refined iron ingot. So I will pop that one in the middle, pop those 2 either side, and then put the cables around it. Again, we've got ourselves another electronic circuit, and with some more refined iron, make the chest-shaped pattern, and then you've got yourself a machine block. Now, last of all, 2 copper, which is pretty easy to come across, and 3 flint as well, which you can get obviously from gravel. So what I'll do, I'll get some gravel and also some flint there. So what you're going to want to do, you want to put 3 flint across the top, then put 2 cobble, the machine block in between, and the electronic circuit on the very bottom, and you've got a macerator. So if we pop that down there like that, so as you can see, we've now completed our setup. We've got the 2 iron furnaces, we've got an extractor, and we've also got on the end a macerator. Now the macerator is useful because if you put your ore in, you'll get 2 dust. For example, if you put 1 iron ore block in, you'll get 2 iron dust, and then if you put the iron dust into then an iron furnace, you'll then effectively get 1 ingot per iron dust. So it's a way of effectively doubling your mining operation. Obviously it does take a bit longer than just putting it straight into an iron furnace, but it is very useful. So what we're going to do now, move on to the final thing I'm going to talk to you about this tutorial episode, is the generator. So what you're going to want for that one is, there it is. Oh, don't spawn it in. I want to grab the recipe. Now you're going to want 3 refined iron, 1 iron furnace, which I've already gone through, and you're also going to want an RE battery. Now, RA batteries, they are not too hard to craft, and I will take you through how to do those step by step, how to craft those. Alternatively, if you do want to just use a normal furnace, you can do so. You want a normal furnace on the bottom, then a machine block, which is the 8 refined iron, and then you're going to want the RE battery on the top. So let's go through how to make an RE battery, or just, if you want to search for it, just type in battery rather than RE battery, and as you can see, you can find it just there. So, to make your RE battery, you're going to want 4 tin ingots, which you can find, as I say, by going mining, 1 copper cable and 2 redstone. So what we do, we get some tin ingots, get some of those. We've already got some redstone, and then all we need is just the 1 copper cable on top, which we've got there. So if we then go into the crafting table, put the 1 copper cable on the top, surround it by the 4 tin, and you've got yourself an RE battery. So what we will do now is make the overall generator. So I'll do it this way. Get a furnace, and then what you're going to want to do is you want to have the furnace on the bottom. I will quickly make a machine block like so. Furnace on the bottom, RE battery on the top, and there we have a generator. What I'll do with the generator, I will place it over this side, just to there, and this can now start generating us power. So what I am going to do is get in some coal, and I will show you how it works. So what you do, you put coal in the bottom, and it will then charge up the generator, and using cables you can then connect the generator up with your machines, especially these ones which require the electricity. Just link them up with cables, and hey presto, off you go. You can then start using the extractor and the macerator. Now what I'll do, I'll call it there for this episode. As you can see, it doesn't take very long before it fills up the generator. If you are using pretty intensive machinery or lots of machinery, then you may want to put multiple generators down, because it is very easy to run out of power. And so next time I will take you through how to connect up the generator with your machines, and also I will aim to go through putting a bat box down, and that will enable you to store power, so whenever you're not needing it you can still generate the power and store it for when you do come to need it. So as I say, thank you very much for watching. This has been a FTB Unleashed tutorial starting up, and join me next time where we'll be wiring up the machinery and putting some bat boxes down. So thanks for watching, see you next time, goodbye.